preparer fraud. That's tax return preparer fraud can serve as the basis for the removal of IRS penalties assessed against you. And remember, the IRS collection machine will assess penalties automatically when there's an error. Now, I'm not going to get into the facts and our factual situation in detail, and just suffice it to say that it's one of many schemes that some tax return preparers are now using, and you might not know about it, but it's happening anyway. But they're schemes that are focused on fooling the IRS and fooling the taxpayer at the same time. And in this situation, what the preparer does is send one return to the IRS that requests a very large refund and provides a copy of a return which is not the same one to the taxpayer. And that return that the taxpayer gets indicates that a smaller refund is due. So when the return preparer receives the refund check, he just refunds a portion of the refund check that he received to the taxpayer, and the taxpayer thinks it's the same amount that he's supposed to get because he compares it to the return copy that he received. But that's not the thing that's been filed with the IRS, and it's not the thing that supported the original refund. And here's the kicker. As years go on, that taxpayer is going to start receiving letters from the IRS, and those letters are going to indicate the adjustments that the IRS are going to make to the return that was filed. And the taxpayer is not going to have any understanding why adjustments were made, because they don't pertain to him. They only pertain to that inaccurate return. Now remember, the other fact setting that we used, which was preparer error, focused on how penalties can be removed when a preparer makes an error. This is preparer fraud that I'm speaking to you about now. Fraud is intentional misrepresentation. It's a scam, it's a scheme, and it's deceitful. And it can coexist with an error, but they don't have to coexist at all. And if you are the victim of fraud, the penalties that are going to be assessed against you automatically by the IRS should be removed. And so all you have to do is be candid with the IRS. And when you're ready to make that presentation, you want to be prepared. So keep in mind, we have our consultation that we make available to you. And when you have your consultation with us, we'll give you help in how it is that you want to present your facts and how it is that you learned about what it is that was not proper and all of the other information that supports a compelling presentation that the penalties that were assessed against you should be removed because there was fraudulent activity, not to your knowledge, but fraudulent activity on the part of your preparer. And this is far more common than what you think. And it happens in ranges where individuals are limited income earners and where individuals are relying entirely on the purported expertise of the income tax preparer, who is going to charge less than normal rates for the return preparation fee, and where that person then manipulates the returns that are electronically filed with the IRS. It happens a lot. If it happened with you, you'll be able to get out from underneath these penalties that were assessed. Now, you're still going to be responsible for the right amount of tax, but you don't want to pay more than what it is that you should. Thank you.